So if we power on, on your screen, your sensitivity, battery power, target discrimination, your kilohertz settings, your mode settings, and this is where your target ID numbers will be. Wireless button, press that, connect your headphones, press and hold to hear the beep. Now it's looking for your headphones to connect. Press and hold. Did it. That's the headphones paired. Power on button, backlight button, and that also works your torch button on the front. So you've got your main screen, your buttons, sensitivity up and down, lower, higher, all metal button. That puts your discrimination back in, so you're hearing all the metal depending on where you set it. Discrimination, pinpoint button, go over a target, get to the centre of the target down the centre of the coil. Ideal if you haven't got a little handheld pinpointer. Frequency shift, that's the one that shifts you between your frequencies, so you've got 5, 10, 15, and then as I said, on your beach mode you're fixed in at 8 kHz. 5, great for depth, 10, general, and your higher frequencies, great for the small stuff. So the first time you press the settings button, you come to your noise cancel, press that set, reject. Your automatic noise cancel. Next button is your ground balance. So you use your plus and minus buttons, pump the coil. So you can hold that set reject button. Automatically, or you can leave it on 0. Ground balance. If you check your ground before you start, usually if it's anything over 20, I'll leave it on 0. Anything over 20, just do a small area, say 10 foot at a time, and then keep ground balancing. If you leave it on tracking, it takes quite a while for it to pick up the tracking, so it could change by the time. Not as accurate. Next button is your volume, up and down. You hold it down, tone 1, that's your iron, wherever you set your iron tone. Threshold, that's a hum you hear in the background. So, as you can hear it, that gives you a loud hum in the background. Any targets you've got to get above your threshold, just use as a reference point really. So your quieter targets, if you've got your threshold too loud, you've got to get above that, so you do targets you may not hear if your threshold's too loud. Target tones, one tone, you'll just get one tone. 2 tones, you get your iron tone and also a good target tone. 5 tones, set into 5 tone breaks, which you can see just flick through to the discrimination. So you've got iron, and there's a tone break, there's a tone break, there's a tone break, and there's a tone break. You can't change where the tone breaks fall. All tones, that's a setting, so you get from your iron, you're getting the low tone up to a really high conductor, you're getting a really high tone, so it changes all the time. Can be a little bit confusing at first, but once you get around it, it's a good one. Depth, gives you loads of information. It's a real quiet whoop, whoop, whoop. You're onto a deep target. If it's a loud one, like that one. At set reject, this is your discrimination pattern. -16. Up to 99.
Do me one favour, Scott. Yeah.
In segments of 4. So each segment blocks out 4 sections of your discrimination pattern.
Right, put 'em in, yeah.
So currently we've got all iron discriminated. If you want to discriminate a little bit more, that's more. We're in blocks of 4. So now everything up to 8. You can use that set reject button if you're finding continual targets that fall in at the same number. If it falls in up there, you just press that set reject button, and that knocks it out. Let's put it back in. Or to put them back in, if you're not getting the target, you go to that set reject. Click all the way along and put it back in. It's as easy as that. Recovery speed 1, 2, 3. That tells you how fast the detector recovers in between targets. If you've got targets close together, you want a higher recovery speed. If you have good clean ground, then you can drop down to a lower recovery speed. Up the recovery speed. This button is your search profile select. Again, part 1, part 2, field 1, field 2, beach 1, beach 2. See, beach 1 and 2, 16, 8 kilohertz, you can't change.